welcome to Uninterrupted.
Thank you. I love being here.
We're going to start with our signature uninterrupted question.
Okay.
What in your life right now is the one thing that you refuse to let be interrupted?
Do you know what? It's really funny because I heard that might be the question, and I thought about it for a long time, and I was like, my sleep, my this, my that. And then as I was in the lift on the way here, I thought, I'm recording my book at the moment, Unbothered on Audible. That means it's 5 hours a day of saying the thing that I'm trying to deliver. It's of the message of being unbothered, of following your own compass, of not caring what people think and all these things. And I realized in my big age, in my 30s, that the thing that I refuse to be interrupted is my self-knowledge. You have so many voices when you're younger saying you should this, you should that, you should the other one. And if I said it's going to be my sleep or my time with my family, I'd be lying because I'm on my phone trying to reply to like DMs and trying to talk to people and trying to do 100 things at the same time. But I have this sensitivity to when somebody goes, oh, this is not how you should be, or this is how you should run your business. I'm like, no, actually, I know myself now.
That's such a good answer.
Like, it's okay, I got me. And you realize that all of these ancient practices are based around that. Meditation, stoicism, all of it is you go away by yourself. You eliminate outside noise, and right now we've got social media, we've got TV, we've got our family talking, I've got loud children who are always talking. and you're like, what do I know? And that getting back to yourself, self-knowledge, you have intrinsic self-knowledge, everybody does, of what you should do next. We just don't listen to it.
Is that more listening to your intuition or being confident in your first gut instinct?
Do you know what it is? I always got lost with when people told me follow your gut or follow your intuition. I'm like, where is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know where it's coming from. But when you quiet your mind and you just sit with yourself, you know what first step you should take. And even it goes into dating, because I suspect people who click this might be interested in that. Why are you asking your friend, should I be with him or should I give him another chance? You know, she doesn't know. And you know if you like him enough to excuse the thing that to her is a red flag, because no one's perfect. Let's get that straight, right? So she might be like, yuck, Jerry, no, he was late on that date. But you're like, but I like him more than I've liked anyone for like 10 years. How's she supposed to know that?
Yeah, true. It's context. Before we get into everything, tell me a bit about how you got into the dating and relationship coaching.
It's been really bizarre. I was sitting with my team filming yesterday, and somebody knew was in the team, and they're like, oh, so you've got numbers, and I looked, and it was like, I won't say the number because it's a stupid metric, but there were so many women interested in this content, and I never would have thought. Because many years ago, in my late teens and early 20s, I struggled with this stuff. I didn't know how to like myself enough to have boundaries. Literally did not know. I always wanted to people please when it came to relationships and just be that girl that we all know, like that doormat type of personality, because you want to be likable. That's what we're trained to be, like good and likable and easy to be around. Then nobody likes you and you're like, all I want to do is be likable, but no one likes me. What's going on? And so I started to read a lot about it. And when COVID happened, I thought, well, I like all these life coaches. What does that mean? I'll do a life coaching diploma in the time that the world is kind of not operating. And I put the two and two together, and as I built my own confidence and as I used those skills and NLP and all these things and completely transformed myself into somebody who people now say, I can't believe that you weren't confident. I'm like, yeah, you should see it. I started to talk about it on TikTok and now Instagram and then YouTube and all of these things. I'm just amazed that this pain point exists with so many people. I thought it was just me being confused, but it's a lot of people throughout life and all the time.
This is why you're so good at it though, because you know what it's like. You're not coming from a place of, I've always been this confident. You're like, I've been there, I get it. Here's how I got to the other side.
Well, this is the thing. I think a lot of conversations are happening around women at work and, what they should do and having your own business and all these things. And if you want to work online, which is a whole separate thing, or if you want to be popular on socials, or if you want to do anything or write a book, just take a point of where you used to be, how you walked through it, and how you got to the end of it. Because I am believable in what I say because I've been there and people can see it when I talk. If I was just always like this confident girly from high school, how could I teach you how to get from point A to point B? So if you're someone who used to not know how to eat well and now you learnt, that's your story, isn't it? Or fitness, and that's your story too. So it's very empowering because then people can, share their stories too.
Let's get into dating.
Yeah, let's do it.
We've got a lot to cover. Why does dating feel so hard right now? Because that's all I hear from my single friends, and just it's hard.
What did they say? What's hard?
They're struggling to find someone who wants to be in a committed relationship?
Women are going for the 1%, especially on apps, because we're predisposed to only date people who we really, really like and potentially have a relationship with, which is great. Great. So we're all going for the 1% guy, and that 1% guy has got the pick of all the girls. So if anything, I think a compromise on things that are minor, which don't seem like they're minor, like his height or like the shoe. Listen, you know women, I know women. Oh my God, why was he wearing those shoes? What do you mean? It doesn't matter.
Do you mean like the wedge sneakers?
Yes, whatever they are, right? Just you need to, and I know this sounds stupid because you're listening to this and you're like, no, but I want 6-foot Brad Pitt with a six-pack and all this stuff. Okay, but you're going to be competing with 80% of women for the 1% guy. And why, if you really think about it, should he have to compromise? He's just telling the truth. Men are very honest. I don't want to settle down. I'm not looking for anything serious because I've got a cohort of 80% of women here. Is that really your future husband? Is that what you want? Is that the hill you want to die on? You're going to fight all these women for him? I don't want that in my life. I want to build a business, write a book, have some children, do all these things. I'm not going to be fighting for Brad Pitt over there. So compromise. Is it the six-pack? Is it the six figures because you already earn a lot of money? Men are human after all, and I think we've got expectations which are otherworldly, but we've got really low values. Like we really don't care if he, I don't know, cheats, speak to us badly, all these things that are actually something that you should be seeing as a red flag. But no, you're looking at his sneakers. And it is hard because the online world exists, so everyone becomes a commodity that you can swipe through. If I was dating, I wouldn't date online. I would just go to places where I enjoy doing the thing I'm doing. Maybe I'd pretend to like DIY and I'd go to Bunnings. I don't know. Maybe. I just go where men go because that's the type of guy you're going to find. At the end of the day, is your future husband on a dating app? For a lot of people, no.
Let's niche down. If someone in Sydney is single and they want to meet someone, they don't want to go on the apps, what are some examples of places they could go?
So what kind of guy do you want? If you want the guy who's outdoorsy and does fishing every weekend, mind you, he will still do that when you're with him. Take up that kind of hobby. I know it's a bit like manipulative because it's not natural for you, but how else are you going to do it? Tennis, golf, what is it you want to do? Go out with friends who've got guy friends who will go somewhere. Oh my God, every time you come out of an office building, if you like those type of like office bros or whatever they're called, what are the places they go to? Hotel lobbies. There's a lot of people who travel, businessmen. Why are you and your friends going for drinks at that cute pink cafe with the cute little drinks? Why aren't you going to the steakhouse? Why aren't you going to a place where men go? Do you know what I mean?
That's so true.
Where are we going to find him? In Sephora? No.
Probably not.
Let's just say you got to write some emails or you got to do something. Go to a hotel lobby and sit by yourself. Men don't like to approach groups of women. You don't want to look like you wanting to be picked up. Go on your computer, have a coffee, look up sometimes, sit around. And if you see a guy who's looking at you, who looks reasonable and approachable, give him some eye contact for a little bit longer, like I just did to you there. Just like a little bit of an opener, like not in your laptop, but you have to be present in the world and outside. Every person I've dated, I've looked at the guy first.
You give really good practical advice, especially with being confident like that, like going to those places and being more open to dating. But for someone who has been through the ringer with dating, they've been ghosted by Bob, they've been left on red by Steve, like they're having a rough time and their confidence is like down here. What advice would you give to someone like that to get the confidence to put themselves out there again?
You need to get really good at something. Confidence comes from showing up for yourself. If you're confident in a friend, you know she'll show up for you and she'll be there for you. We betray ourselves a lot. So Amanda, who we're talking about, this girl who this has happened to with Bob and Steve, she has put herself and therefore her physical body and her, personage around these people who clearly already showed signs that they don't like her. They've ghosted her, they disrespected her, it's not nice. Like I said, when I was in my early 20s, I was always like willing to go anywhere they wanted, like be pleasing, likable, even to friends. And so you learn intrinsically that you will betray yourself for the approval of other people. What she needs to do is forget men, decenter the whole subject, and be like, how can I win my own approval again? How can I win my own confidence again? How are we going to do that? Okay, so to be confident at something, you need to show up for it or show up for yourself. In your calendar, dates, not with yourself as in like, I'm going to take myself on a date, really cheesy, but as in like, what do I want? Do I want to learn, I don't know, pottery? And then I also want to go to the gym because I actually want to get super healthy, okay? This is what we're going to do. I'm going to show up for myself the way I did for Bob and Steve. And if Bob and Steve suddenly show up on my messenger, they're going to get ignored. I'm going to protect myself like I would a friend who I've got confidence in. That's where confidence comes from. It starts with action, showing up for yourself, and then you go, I am looking after myself. I'm a person who likes myself. And suddenly, you're not getting ghosted. You know why? Because you perceive it straight away. You see when someone's not interested in you. You see when someone's micro expressions show that they don't want to be around you, and you don't let yourself get there.
How do you feel about energy? Because I feel like when you do all that stuff, like when you're talking to me about what that looks like, I almost feel like someone who is doing all those things, focusing on themselves, decentering men, I want to get into that later, they would attract more people to that.
They are so attractive because you know what women forget? In that storyline where Bob and Steve have rejected her, people are not taking accountability in the fact that they have, going to sting a bit, but they've probably become unattractive because they don't have a life. When they did a study about when people are most attractive to both genders, it is when someone is in flow doing the thing that they're good at. When is Amanda in flow doing the thing that she's good at if she's always chasing other people? People want an entity that is whole and attractive. So instead of going, how can I not be tired of men? How can I get them to reply to me, not ghost me? How about you show up for yourself first? How about you stop ghosting yourself? Because you're ghosting your own needs. The universe responds to you as you respond to yourself. You set the guidelines of how you are to be treated. This flower wants to be watered a certain way. The cactus doesn't need as much water. What's the instructions you're giving? You're saying, I abandoned myself. I don't care about myself, everybody. Treat me accordingly. Also, don't care about me. I like it. I'm used to it.
Yeah. And Amanda wouldn't be swiping right on that person. Roles reversed.
She wouldn't. No. Yeah, because she wants someone interesting and whole and amazing and spicy with opinions.
Yeah.
Wow, Bob's got opinions. He's a little bit, I don't know, you know, something about him is just a little bit interesting. Like he likes interesting music. Oh, but what do you like, Amanda? I like the same music. Okay.
I feel like this also translates in relationships too, right? I remember I was dating someone before COVID and he was very loved my career. He was very into me as this career person. I knew that that was something he really admired about me. And then COVID hit and I wasn't working for a bit, and then I could see it. He saw me differently. And I've never forgotten that because I felt so secure that I was like, oh, it doesn't matter if I'm not doing me right now.
A lot of women feel lost after they get married and have a child and then go on maternity leave because they're like, it's not just the, you know, weight gain hormones, et cetera, et cetera. It's the identity loss and what you're leading with. And in that case, you need to fortify the fact that you're doing something really important and the fact that you're having a child and all these things. And remember that in ancient Greece, the goddesses were like the ones with the children. You always need to give yourself the purpose and confidence before anyone else can give it to you. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's self-knowledge. And people are also attracted to people who know themselves because we are attracted to the thing we want to emulate or the thing we kind of want to possess on a really spiritual, energetic level. So when someone is lost and needy, you're expecting that that person is going to always support you and boost your ego. That is a loss on their freedom. Men really hate when they have to reassure you all the time because then they're like babying you. No, you look beautiful. Why didn't you say I look beautiful today? Why didn't you say I look nice in this dress? Straight away, that is an imposition on his freedom and his ability to express himself as he will and as he pleases. And a lot of women, when they've been through a bad relationship with men, dating, they become really needy. But if you're always outsourcing your value, very dangerous. Because even if he's a great guy, he could be tired, he could be overworked, he could be something. Imagine if you always had to, and women do this a lot, prop up your husband. He comes in, why didn't you tell me I look handsome today?
Oh, I've got the ick immediately.
You'd be like, what in the... Please, like annulment. But we don't see it that way.
I feel like you need to do a series of meditations that people can listen to in the morning. Like, I know. Self-confidence reaffirming ones.
Do you know how sometimes I go on like a date with my husband, even he has not said anything, and I'm like, just want to say something. I don't express it because it's this natural woman thing to be like, do I not look nice today? Do you not like this dress? I don't. It will literally ruin like days of credits I've got in terms of like how I look in his eyes. And I've been married 10 years, you know?
Especially when you frame it like that. So in a relationship, is it the same version of what you would do when you're single to get out of that? Is it just focusing on yourself, building confidence?
The more value you have in yourself, the more you put time and effort and energy into yourself, the more likable you are because they see value in things that are hard to maintain and difficult, like cars and things that you need to work on. They see value in that, something that is easy to get access to, even when you're married. I'm not saying you should play games, but we are very, very good at abandoning ourselves because we nurture things. Pets, kids, whatever it is, we like to nurture things naturally. You know, if it's a group full of women and something's going on over there, we'll be like, oh, they're okay. It's just natural to us. So we start to baby the man. And then we wonder why it's so hard for us to give him space or to let him, you know, make mistakes, because now in our head, he's our child. We've invested so much maternal energy into this man who's 5 years older than us. We're like, oh my God, did you eat leave him alone. Leave him alone, let him live. But he won't eat correctly. I don't care. He will survive. You know what I mean? It's just insane. And the thing about men is they want to feel like a hero in your eyes, or they want to feel like someone worth admiring in your eyes. Because if you're doing everything for him, if you're always mothering him, looking after him, when he looks at you, all he sees himself as is this useless blob, and he doesn't like being around you. Then you wonder why he's playing video games. Because what is he in a video game? He's winning, succeeding. There's a mission. He feels great in the games that they play, or the whatever it is that they play. It's always to win something, and you're like, "Oh, it's okay, little baby. Did you take your vitamins?" And he's like, "Wow, around her, I feel," which is why gift giving to men is a tricky one too. If you're going to give him an expensive watch or something, one time maybe, and he'll be like, "Wow, she really loves me." If you're always treating him, he'll be like, "I'm the guy who couldn't buy stuff for myself."
Actually, you just reminded me of something that I want to ask you about. There's a trend that I've noticed. Men want to be exclusive, but don't want to put a label on things. They almost want to do an exclusive trial for like 3 to 6 months before they become official with someone.
So what is exclusive versus official in their mind?
So essentially, in their mind, they're not officially boyfriend and girlfriend, but they're not seeing other people.
So if I go into Ferrari and I go, I'd like to purchase a car, but I'd like to drive it for 6 months, I'm not going to sign the paperwork. I'm not going to purchase it just to see how I feel in the car. They'll be like, sorry, someone else in line, madam, you. Like, that's how you need to treat it. Like, it's laughable. It's not even a joke. It's not even a conversation worth having. Because remember, Bentley and Hermes don't advertise, and they don't do like, oh, wear it for a day and see how you feel, and people perceive it as having value. It's like branding. So if someone's proposing that to you, just look at them like they're insane. Why is he proposing that to you? Because he knows that it's easier to argue you out of a situation where perhaps he finds someone better than you, and in his mind he feels he might be able to. He's not sure. He's 90% sure that you are the best option. But he'd also like to go and test drive a BMW. But by test drive, I don't mean cheat, but feel like he's open to it. You know what I mean? Like, he probably, if a man said that to me, I would know that I'm not his top option. I would lose interest at that point. It's honest. If we stop being offended by men and just listen to what they say, if he's like, listen, I don't want to be exclusive, AKA tell the world that I'm taken, but I want to, like, you know, not have the label.
Yeah.
He's basically saying that if shit hits the fan, then I'll say, but I told you, we're not exclusive. I'm not a bad guy anymore. Men who think that you're the best thing he's ever had will be rushing to whatever is their version of locking you down.
How soon should you introduce someone to your friends and vice versa?
Friends? Soon as you can, because they have a barometer of people's intentions that you don't.
Yeah.
He should see you in your world fully, like, not like, these are my friends, like, but he should see you out with people, that you are a person who's wanted. Your energy is wanted by people. You are admired and liked and loved by everyone. And he's not going to have the opportunity to isolate you and trick you into a non-relationship.
What if he doesn't want to introduce you to his friends?
That means he's got a girlfriend or you're not good enough.
Okay, let's get into decentering men.
So 3 years ago when I started posting, or 4, it was how to become that ultimate girl, that dream girl, that, you know, that girl. Then people were like, do you know what? I've worked too hard to become that girl. I want to be unbothered. It's like a phrase we coined together community-wise, you know, but it's more about detachment. I've been talking about detachment from day one, but now they're like, oh, do you know what? I want to be unbothered and just like care about what I think and my own compass and, you know, not let the outside world orient what I do. And now sometimes when I post content about like how to make him like you, because, you know, that's what goes viral, they're like, I don't care, decenter men. Because I think people go on these leapfrog moments of, they realize once you decenter men, you become the center and they orbit around you. That's actually how it works. So by decentering men, you're not going to be a lonely witch in her house with cats, even though that does sound tempting. It's kind of cool. But actually, they're going to be around you all the time and annoying you. So when you center yourself, you become someone worth orbiting around.
And that's like focusing on yourself, learning things, being good at things.
Who are you? Like, what's great about you?
Yeah.
You know? Isn't it fun to like develop yourself? Almost like a character that you get to like architect.
That's a really cool way of looking at it. Kind of like a
Sims
like, character.
Like a Sims character. It's like a video game or a Sims character. Or if you like movies, it's like, what's the role? What's your role that you're playing? And if you learn to have fun with it, as opposed to having this tragic approach of no one likes me, like, what is it? What are you presenting? It's fun.
Why are people staying in situationships for too long?
Because they think that that's the best thing that they're going to get. But more so, it's an investment hypothesis, right? So women don't like to invest their time, effort, and energy into something that then doesn't pay off. If he's been rude to her, wasted 4 years of her life, we're on a biological clock, all of that good stuff. We're like, I'm going to get my money back, as in my investment back. You are not going to just walk off now and you've wasted 4 years of my life. This is why you should never do things for men that you wouldn't do naturally. A lot of times when I say only go for men who are more interested in you than you are in them, like he's just got to be really sure about you, is because you can convince many men just to be in a relationship with you because they're this organism that kind of goes for beneficial things. If you're attractive, you've got a good job, but you're not like his top selection, he'll still date you and he'll still waste your time. Us women, we're like, no, that's not my husband, so I'll probably just, I'll wait. Men, they're like, yeah, good. That'll do for now. So if you are the one who's convincing him, if you're seeing in your relationship, you're the one planning dates, you're the one pulling him along to the next thing, you're the one doing that. When you're the one always having to guide him like a donkey through the streets, just leave it. Let him be free. If you're making him do stuff, you could end up married with a husband who like doesn't like you.
That's terrifying.
Happens a lot because they will keep following you like that donkey.
My mum, the one piece of advice she's always said is how they are in the beginning is how they will be forever.
Yes. Men never change and women do. So men's biggest fear is he met her. She's easygoing because she's got no obligation. She's got no children. She's so funny. He made a mess. Oh, it's great. So funny. You're a messy boy. All this things like that, right? She changes. Women's hormones change. When your estrogen drops, you stop finding those things funny, like in your 40s, right? Yeah. Even before then, kids compound, all these things. You start being more masculine in your attitude and you're like, Dave, why are you standing here looking at me? And they're like, whoa, what's going on? Their biggest fear has happened. She's not that bubbly, like, person anymore. Men are as they are, unless something huge happens and it completely changes his personality, sure. But we always hope, like, he's like this now, but he'll change. Yeah, when I marry him, he'll change. He'll stop gaming. He'll stop doing this. No. He will be the way he is because we change hormonally, cyclically throughout our lives. You cannot have 2 children and then like not change, right? Men's biggest problem after women have children is like she's not sexually interested. Let's, for example, look at the animal kingdom. Lionesses don't mate after they've had children for a while until they're ready to have more children.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And that's when the lion comes, you always see them bopping him away. Because you're right now in nurturing mode of small beings who are on you. It would be very counterproductive to start mating again. And we have these expectations that women will never change because she'll always be young and fluffy and cute, and he will change because he'll grow up.
Let's do a swift swerve back to dating. What do you think the biggest mistake that women are making in dating is at the moment?
They're taking it so seriously. They're not having fun with it. There was a reason why back in the day it's called courting. He's supposed to like impress you. You're actually supposed to get an ego boost from it. You don't owe him anything. You don't have to like take him out for coffee too. You don't have to compliment him back. It's supposed to actually reinforce your self-esteem. The fact that you're seeing him, seeing you look pretty and he's treating you to something. And then, you're supposed to have fun with it. Yeah. You're taking it too seriously. Like it's a job. Like your husband will emerge, and everyone who does get married knows that it's just like it just works eventually with someone. You don't have to like make it work, Yeah,
it shouldn't be a struggle.
I need to have a show where like I watch the date and I'm in the ear and be like, no, don't say that, don't do that. Move sideways.
Oh my God, someone needs to create that show.
I know.
Just have you in their ear, like that first dates show, but you're in the little earpiece. Like, decenter.
Laugh. Not so try hard.
I would watch that. For if someone's single and maybe they're on the apps, but they also want to meet people out in the wild, what would that look like? Let's say like a week in the life of a single person who's doing all the right things to meet the love of their life.
I think it looks like how you imagine great friendships to look. I think it looks easy, it looks seamless, and I think if you meet someone, it's not that deep, it's not a big deal. You know, when you're in a friendship group and someone's got a friend and you don't vibe with them, that's okay. You're happy to let it go, you're happy to move on, you're enjoying your life, you're meeting new people, and you're not categorizing it as this job. It's just human connection. And if you're in the right places with interesting people and you're hanging out, and I'm an introvert, so I don't always like to be out with people, but I know if I wanted to get married that I'm not going to meet him in my living room whilst watching Real Housewives. So I'd just be out and have no expectations on the fact. And if you're a woman watching this or listening, don't stress, because it's not your job to be picking the guy. He's going to, like, you make the eye contact, but he's going to be the one pursuing you. So don't stress. And if you feel like no one's pursuing you and you really feel like it's not working, can we be honest? Are you at the optimum level of your mental, physical well-being that you could be? Is there room to improve yourself? Is there room to go to different places? Is there room to expand your friendship circle?
We're going to finish with the uninterrupted rapid fire questions, first instinct answer. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Biggest green flag people overlook?
Him being sure that he wants to date you, being sure that you're the one. You might think it's love bombing, but look if it's reoccurrent. If it's constant and reoccurrent, that might just mean the person really likes you. And stop being like, I got the ick because he likes me. Stop it. You won't have that ick in a couple of years.
Dating advice you disagree with?
I don't listen to any advice but mine. Don't listen to dating advice.
Full circle from the first question.
Yeah.
One thing everyone should stop doing on dates?
Trying to be likable, trying to say the right thing, trying to wear the thing that they think that the person will like. Because if you feel that you can be liked by everybody, you're not going to have enough essence to be truly likable by the person who's going to like you. So if you are very good at making blueberry pie, just make blueberry pie. Don't try and make different pies for different people.
Spark or compatibility?
Compatibility.
And last question, you're non-negotiable in a relationship?
That he is obsessed with me, like obsessed, like, you know, I would forgive a lot of things as long as he's like my moon, my stars. I'm like, great, move the earth for me. Like, that's how I like my relationship. I want him to be super sure, and I want that for women, you know what I mean? It's fun. Absolutely. I hate seeing women running after men. It's just so unnatural. I've never, you know, that boring little brown bird that just sits there judging the male who's dancing and is spectacular, you know, in the bird world.
I don't know why I know this, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's what I want. That's what I want to see. And women are like, oh, I'm not much. I'm dull. I'm boring. Good. Just sit there with your judgy little face and he should dance for you. Like, that's what I want to see.
Margarita, thank you so much for coming on Uninterrupted. Where can people find you? I'm sure everyone after listening to this is going to want to follow you.
MargaritaNazarenko.com, Margarita Nazarenko on everything. And the book Unbothered is going to be a moment.